When we put things together, we make sure it becomes better. It's all about going beyond. We design spaces where you can live your life, enjoying today's modern comforts. And tomorrow's unique luxuries. Your home is in the middle of a neighborhood propelled by progress. At the heart of Bridgetown, the destination estate where the passion for life radiates. Live a life beyond compare in a place that inspires victors. The Valaris Residences. Unrivaled.
Good day, and thank you for watching, and welcome to this webinar episode, Key Interior Design Principles to Consider When Buying a Home, once again in partnership with RHK Land. RHK Land is a joint venture of international property development leader, Hongkong Land, and Philippine real estate giant, Robinsons Land. I'm Lulu of Lamudi, Philippines, and I'm pleased to present to you our speakers once again. First, we have Stanley Ng, Head of Design at Hongkong Land, and secondly, Philip Tang, Design Director of PTang Studio, RHK Land's multi-awarded interior design firm. Once again, welcome back, and thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Lulu. Thank you again.
Okay, to start off today's session, my first question is directed to the both of you. So, what would you say are the key principles of good interior design or design in terms of property development? Stanley, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I think when we talk about principle of good design, I would stick with some old school principle as my fundamental principle. This will be definitely the space, the function, and the practicality. We cannot get rid of these three principles. Even this is a very old school, from school they teach us this, and I'm still stick with it. And of course, when time goes by and then we are in a very competitive market now, and then world changing very fast, I would add another two new principles, which will be the innovation and the sustainability. I think innovation is, we understand innovation is it comes very fast, and sometimes it fades out very fast, but we just have to catch it, and then we just have to go with the flow, and we cannot let the market leading us too far away. So we have to be with it. And sustainability is always a big topic in property development, in architecture, interior. It's not easy to maintain or to keep ourselves as sustainable as we want. But this is something we keep bearing in mind. Sustainability is not only about greens, right? Sustainability is about a big topic about the materials that we are using, the space that we are creating, and how sustainable our development will be. So this is a big topic, and to maintain a sustainable development required a huge effort from all of us. But this is a new principle. This is one of the new principle we are looking at it and seriously.
Thank you very much. Philip, do you have any thoughts?
For me, it's like good design have to have support with the good workmanship as well. I think good design is like we already have a really professional consulting team. So the design must be good, but also we need to have like a good workmanship contractor to support to bring out the final product to be the best. And the second thing is like we have to think outside the box. Now we have more new ideas, and then all the world changing every day. So we are lucky to have a good clients provide us good projects to actually bring in some more really creative, like new ideas to do the good projects. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So our next question is to the both of you as well. So for our viewers out there who are thinking of purchasing a property and sometimes their first property, why should they consider choosing one with good interior design? Stanley, would you like to go first?
I mean, for residential development, residential property, interior design is definitely the key. Why they have to choose a property with good interior design? I think very simple. Good interior design is not only giving you aesthetic aspect. A good interior design will give you, like I said earlier, will give you a good space to live, and then a good and it should be a certain amount of practicality, because imagine you have to stay there. This is your home, right? This is your home. So you are buying a property. You are buying property that you have to stay there for very long. And then number one fundamental requirement is how habitable this space should be. It should be a very reasonable space that you feel like you are comfortable living in. And then that's a fundamental. And then second one is you are living in it. So every aspect, in every component, every little things within this space is yours. And then you're using it every day, right? In a daily basis. Your kitchen appliances, your counter space, your sanitary ware, your toilet, your bedroom, your living room, everything. So it has to be very convenient, and you have to love your home, right? You have to like the space that you're staying. So that's how important the interior design should be. And then moving outside to your apartment, what else can this space give you? Common area, amenities, landscape, open space, garden, swimming pool, gym, all these things. These lifestyle things is where we're living in the era of, people who not satisfied with only a basic living requirement. People need to have lifestyle. We're talking a lifestyle that can sustain very long. And we're talking about under COVID, can you still have your lifestyle? And this is the space. This is very important that the interior will give you.
Thank you. How about you, Philip?
For me, I think good interior design for properties is if you have a good design, so basically you save money, so you don't even have to redecorate your apartments, and then you save time as well. So you just bring in your furniture and then move in straight away. I think this is the best solutions if you have a good interior design.
That's actually very correct.
Very practical.
Very practical. Thank you very much. Okay, moving to the next question. Once again, a question directed to the both of you. So now that we've established why choosing a property with good interior design is important, how would one determine if the property they're interested in actually has good interior design?
it's very simple. You just have if you ask me personally, I have my own checklist. So if I'm purchasing a apartment or a house, what do you expect? What do you expect from the product you're purchasing? So like I said earlier, I will still stick with the basic fundamental principle, the space. Do I get a decent space? And practicality, is it practical? All the things that are provided for me, are they useful for me? Am I like it? And number three is, I mean, still sustainable. I mean, can all these things sustain for long? Or is it just a flash and a beauty that, oh, I like it and it looks very nice and in a while, and then after a while I don't like it, or they are all falling apart. So I think this will be a very important aspect to choose a property, I think.
Great, thank you. How about you, Philip?
For me, my checklist have 5 different points. First is the safety. I need to feel safe at home. So everything has to be safe and fireproof and all the under regulations. Second thing is easy to maintain. So all the materials have to be easy to clean. I mean, all the edges, and then I hate like doing cleaning afterwards. And then space, always important. And then the next is the look and feel. Have to look stunning, because as a designer, I love looking nice things. And then the last, not the least, is the resale value. I think like we have to think like, if I stay here like for 5 years and when I resell the properties, and then that's one of the factors I always think about it.
Thank you very much. The next question is in correlation to what I just asked. Are there any key elements that you would suggest that they should know about in order to consider a property?
Yes, if as a buyer, I think if I'm the end user of this property, I will look at the quality of the whole development. I will pay attention to the background of the developer. It's very practical, right? You invest fair amount of money, and then you're going to stay at this property, and definitely this is the two very important aspects. And then we will, of course, we should pay attention to the design itself, and what is this property bringing you? What are they giving you? How much do they give you in exchange to the money spent, right? So these are the important aspect that I will look at. Personally, I will look at it as an end user. As an investor, I think, like Philip just said, resale value. Do they have resale value? If I'm investing this property 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, if I'm going to resell it, how much resale value am I looking at in this property? So this is related to the background of the developer, the quality of the building, and the management in the future. I think this is all related. So I'll look at it that way.
All right, thank you. Philip, do you have anything to add?
Except the unit, I mean, I'm quite concerned about the public space amenity, because that gives you kind of the feel for the whole development. I mean, it's like you don't only stay in the unit. When you go out, you can go use your clubhouse and all that. I mean, we just want to see how like the developer provide like kind of like how much facility for you to use. I mean, because I mean, for example, like they have indoor, outdoor, on-site and all that. So that can actually give you a big bonus for the development.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, so now we're moving forward to our last question for today's session. So RHK Land launched its first project, the Villaris Residences. So it has really stunning amenities as well as the units. Could you both tell us a little bit more about what makes this project special in terms of amenities and the units?
Well, I think there are many components that make this project very unique and special. To start with, for the unit itself, I think every inch has been well considered. We have noticed that in the market that many other of our competitors they have launched different products, and then we have studied them very carefully, and also based on our past experience, how to plan a nice, useful condominium unit is very crucial. That means we have to make use of every small inches, because every inches count. Condominium is unlike a house. A house normally they are more spacious. They are way bigger than a condominium. A condominium is more compact. So how to design a unit with a compact space, but you still feel you have all the components that you can get from a house. For example, space. I keep repeating space. It is very important. But how big is enough, and how small is considered too small? And this is a very crucial question that we have to keep testing. Sometimes it doesn't mean that a huge space will give you comfort. To be honest, a space of right proportion is actually what we need. For example, if we are designing a living room with huge amount of space but empty, with empty corners, you don't feel comfortable. So what we are considering in a condominium design is we should have the right amount and right proportion of space given to each corner of this apartment. And the unit itself, of course, we have bring in a lot of new features to our home. For Villaris, we started with, like I earlier said, we started with a private lift for a so-called medium-sized unit. We started with smart home provision. This smart home provision can be a very wide coverage, from security like lock set to our home appliances, control of home appliances, and then now that smart home can be covered, or the COVID new measure for COVID, so everything can be controlled within your device, your phone devices. So this is something is an innovative product. It's not very new in the market. It's still considered new, but we know this product will become very common in very fast in the near future. But we are still providing it because we think that, back to the basic, this become 5 years ago, a smart home device will be considered a new high-tech technology, a new technology product. But the way we see it nowadays, or 2-3 years after, smart home will become our bread and butter. It will become a basic provision. So of course we don't afraid to be a pioneer to give this away as a provision to our apartment. So just to allow our buyers, the tenants who live here, to experience the new, the so-called new experience, and we think whoever purchase our product, they deserve to have this kind of new knowledge or new lifestyle, and that's That's our unit. That's now when we move to the amenities. I think in terms of amenities program, I think Belarus should be one of the top provision among other property development in the country. We have think about this very long during the very conceptual design stage. We want to bring something very special to our tenant, to our buyers. We want to bring something they have they have not imagined that they can own, right? So when we design, it's always in our back in our mind that when we designing a residential project, we are imagining that we are designing a hotel. It's almost in that kind of mentality. So if we are, just imagine if we are going out for a holiday, we check into a 5-star hotel, 6-star hotel even. What do we expect from that hotel? So we put that mindset into our design process when we design a Belarus in the beginning. So what do you expect? So I would like to have a lap pool for my morning exercise. I need a very tedious gym room for my daily exercise as well. I need to have a decent landscape garden for my leisure. I need a function room to hold party. So all of these are considered very common. So it's a basic provision. Of course, we should have it. But in addition to that, what more can we provide to our buyers? So we think very hard. Okay, if we are in a 5-star hotel, what do we get? What do we get? So we keep researching. We keep brainstorming ourselves. So we think about, okay, we borrow an idea from our experience in Bangkok, for example. Bangkok is a city that is very, very well famous of, outdoor partying, outdoor, they call it moon bar experience. So this gives us an idea of, okay, why do we create a sky lounge, a sky club for our tenant? This sky lounge will be, of course, we are not expecting this sky lounge to be a party, a very noisy party place, but it will give us an opportunity to allow our tenant to hold a small event party, family party, so they can cook there, and they can enjoy a very, enjoyable evening with their friends or family, not in their apartment, but in a rooftop, with a stunning view. Isn't it? That will be fantastic. And it is like, this is just a footstep from your apartment. You just go out and press the lift, go to the rooftop, then you have a like 5-star look-alike launching area that you can use. And so we did it. And at day, can we hold a cooking session there? Yes, of course. We have a gourmet kitchen there, that can hold different events. So they don't need to go out there and do all these cooking class or from anywhere, from the shopping mall or from whatever cooking school. You have it in your own apartment. So that's something that we think, okay, this is something different. We should do it. And then furthermore, we said, okay, maybe that's even not enough. We want something even more, exotic. And so we think about, okay, we have a swimming pool. What about if we provide our tenant with an onsen? I mean, everybody like onsen, right? You go to Japan for onsen vacation. And what if we give our tenant an onsen by themselves? So they don't need to go anywhere. So I have a full facilities here. I have an indoor onsen, I have an outdoor onsen. So it is 24 hours, for example. If you can just come and enjoy your onsen any time, isn't it fantastic? And this is in addition to a very large lap pool. So I think, okay, this is a full menu that we want. That this is almost a dream menu that we can provide in a single tower. So that's how we came up with the whole menu for Velaris. It's quite a long menu. We have gone through a very long, tedious discussion, and again, a very supportive management to allow us to do that, and I think it will turn out very stunning, to be honest.
Thank you for all those details. How about you, Philip? Do you have any thoughts on this?
I think that like the stunning units we're gonna have. Also, as Stanley mentions, like we have like a twin clubhouse. Basically, not only for entertainment for adults, the highlight is going to be the children play area. We have indoor and outdoor children play areas for the families. Like so, the kids can play around, and then also we're gonna have a karaoke room, mini theater, and libraries and all that. So I think it's not only for the adults and also for the families and the kids as well. So I think this is the perfect like residential development for everyone.
All right. Thank you both, gentlemen.
You.
And that concludes today's episode on key interior design principles to consider when buying a home in partnership with RHK Land. Today we heard from Stanley Ng, Head of Design of Hong Kong Land, and Philip Tang, Design Director of PTang Studio. If you have any questions, please feel free to place your questions in the comment section below or contact RHK Land directly. Once again, I'm Lulu of Lamudi, Philippines, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Lulu.
Thank you.